Welcome, everyone. Again, we appreciate your time this morning. My name is Ed Matos from NEIF, National Energy Improvement Fund. I am our VP of Business Development, so I kind of work across all sides of the business in our residential, commercial, and rebate bridge financing products. We're very excited to kick off this program here with you with the Eversource New Hampshire Residential Clean Energy Loan. They're offering a great program for you as contractors, 0%. Obviously, we know as people in the field and salespeople and contractors, it doesn't get much better than that. So we're going to kind of dive into things here and just go over the details of the program. Those of you that may have been on the last session, we had a session last week. We were able to clarify a couple of the things as far as process. So we'll make sure we follow up with people individually. And as this deck will go out after this as well. So we are here to be your partners in this. Eversource has partnered with us to run the program. So as you'll see, all the loans will go through us, all the work scope proposals will go through us. There's no sort of middle implementer or anything like that. And so our goal is to have these projects approved for you for any qualifying measures, which Chris will review here in a minute, to have these things approved quickly and seamlessly, and really create a great process for you and your customers. So again, on the line here is Chris Shelke. He is going to be one of your main points of contact for any contractors leveraging this program. He is one of our senior directors of business development, specifically covers the Northeast New England territories, New Hampshire. So definitely get to know his name and face. And then we have Jennifer Acosta. She is on our business development team as well, and she works across all of our residential programs and products. And so she is here to help. You'll definitely be seeing her name as well in a lot of communication and things like that. And so without further ado, I'll hand it over to Chris and we'll kind of move through this. And any questions you guys have, just put them in the chat function. We'll handle all the questions at the end. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Ed. Hey, folks. Hopefully, I've engaged with you before. If not, I'm looking forward to working with you, and I'm really looking forward to sharing the details of this program today. As many of you know, a 0% offering is really attractive. It can really be a great way to help your customer move forward with the project. So we're going to go through all the details today. And here we go. So this program is through Eversource, and it's going to be repaid on bill. This is a little bit of a different process by which those of you who work with NEIF are used to, but we're going to go through how simple it is. So basically, Eversource is going to provide up to $10,000 financed on bill, and those affordable monthly payments will be repaid on bill, as I said. Same process as you're used to with NEIF. All loans are made directly from the consumer to NEIF, and we will work with the utility to process for eligibility. So as we touched on a little bit, there's going to be a low monthly payment, no major out-of-pocket costs, financing option. This is going to be done by, the customer applying through your gateway that you share with them on a daily basis. We can finance 100% of the project. We'll be able to provide an instant credit decision. There's going to be an easy paperless process and communication between us and you as the contractor, as well as us and the end user, to get that approval quickly. And there's going to be a simple installment loan. There's not going to be any credit card payments, any balloon fees or anything like that. There's going to be a guaranteed payment for the life of the loan with no lien on the home and no hidden costs. If the customer chooses to get this off the bill quicker, they can prepay. That's not a problem. And as always, you're working with a trusted lender in the energy efficiency space with NEIF. We're a B Corp. and we believe in fair lending, economic development, and sustainability. And you can see that through our partnership with the DOE. So just to get a little bit of an idea, a flavor of what we might be talking about in terms of repayment structures. First of all, there's no contractor fee for you as the contractor to offer this loan, which is fundamentally different than many other products that are out there and puts you in a very advantageous spot to be able to offer this. Furthermore, as I touched on before, the loan that's going to be eligible through this program is from $1,000 to $10,000. And the term of that loan is going to be from 36 months to 120 months. So by looking at this graph here, or this table here, you can see they're pretty attractive low monthly payment options for a customer to go ahead and enjoy the upgrade. And it's all paid on bill. So getting into a little bit of the process, all the loans are made directly to the consumer by NEIF. And in order to take advantage of these loans at 0%, we're going to go through the qualifying measures that NEIF approved contractors can submit, and we're going to show you how to do that. What's very important here is that there's a limited amount of funds that Eversource has committed through the Clean Energy Fund. It's about $1 million, and based on the term and the size of the loan, we think this money is going to go pretty quickly. So if you're here today, please pay attention and focus on turning around and sending this out to your customers and positioning it as soon as possible, because we do not believe this is going to be around for a long time, and we'd love to see you take advantage of it as our trusted partners that are out there in this space. Now, a little bit more about process. The borrower is going to make all loan payments on their utility bill. Should that property be sold at any given point in time, the borrower can pay off that amount on their bill or transfer it to the new homeowner. And the payments are going to be a true 0%. The exact amount of that payment will be based on the loan amount that the customer applies for. And as we touched upon, the minimum loan is $1,000, the maximum is $10,000, and the term will be 3, 5, 7, or 10 years. So in terms of this loan, what properties are eligible? So first and most importantly, the customer has to have a bill with Eversource. They have to have an electric account set up with Eversource. The property needs to be a primary owner-occupied residence. And this part is very important as well. The primary borrower must be the property owner and be listed on the electric account. So sometimes we have a husband and wife owning a property together. We need to make sure that the same person that's paying the bill and is listed as the homeowner is the person that applies for the loan. As we said before, Eversource account holder has to be on the loan. In terms of eligibility, normally we're looking at a personal credit score. In this case, because the payment is remitted on bill, we're looking at bill payment history as a measure of eligibility. So the borrower has to be current on their electricity bill with Eversource. And within 1 year, there's 2 stipulations. The past year, there's 2 stipulations. There can be no late payment charges for the consecutive most recent 6 months, and no more than 2 late payment charges over the course of the last calendar year. So that's a little about the property eligibility. Let's talk about the qualifying improvements. So as you see listed here, the eligible measures are air source heat pumps, geothermal heat pumps, ductless heating and cooling systems with matched assembly, and battery energy storage systems. And we've listed some of the specific details on each measure right here. This is what the utility is approved as an eligible measure for this loan. If you're doing a project and there's a measure that's outside of this, you can still use the normal NEIF Energy Plus or 0% options. Those would just be a separate loan that you would do off bill. In order to enjoy the 0% that's being afforded to Eversource customers, these measures have to be part of the project, and it has to be listed on the scope of work that you're going to input into our system. And we're going to show you how to do that right now.
So Chris, let me just touch on a few things right here. So this couple things here that came up last time that we just want to clarify. So the way this program works is you have up to 10,000 per homeowner for qualified measures. So we understand that a geothermal job could be is much more than $10,000 for a home, right? That could be 50,000, 60,000, et cetera. So as you go through this process with us, if you're not already an NEIF approved contractor, which Chris will talk about later, you have to get signed up with us. That's a very easy process. Just takes a couple days for you to get approved contractor status. We look into the business. You've been in business a few years and you haven't had any bankruptcies or don't owe tax to the government, things like that, but pretty easy. And then you're going to have a process in how you submit projects, whether that's for our normal loans through NEIF, which we'll also tell you about. Again, those who already work with us know what those loan products are. But the way it works is you'll have what's called a financing gateway, and you'll have a financing portal. And in that portal, once you sell a job, you will upload the work scope. It's really important that your work scope or your proposal, your contract, whatever you have from the customer that's signed from the customer that you've sold with, has these exact qualifications on there. So we see that this is a qualifying measure. Then let's say if you have a $50,000 geothermal heat pump job, you would just simply need to note on that proposal that you want to have 10,000 financed through the clean energy program. So that is great. I mean, you can do it like that, or you could maybe even, if you have a single measure, that's obviously easier. If you have a heat pump that's under 10,000 or a battery that's under 10,000, you submit that and note that that's going to be financed through the 0% program. But that's really all we need for you. We need to have the exact AHRE or whatever sort of the qualifying things that meet these standards on that proposal or work scope. We need to know what the overall price is, and then have it noted that 10 or 10,000, if obviously you're going to leverage the whole piece of that, is going towards this on-bill program. So then let's take that example of 50,000 and you're able to use 10,000, then there's 40,000 left for the customer. You could use our NEIF products for that. They could be using, cash, whatever. That doesn't really affect this program at all. So just wanted to kind of be clear about that. Really excited to see batteries on here. I've been in the industry 12 years. I haven't seen a program. So I think this is pretty cool and progressive that Eversource is offering this. We at NEIF are looking forward to meeting some of you folks in the battery space and seeing if we can help there. So yeah, just kind of want to point that out. The other piece is that as far as the on-bill portion, the repayment, we've been told it can take up to 2 months for the payment to show up on the bill. So that's another thing you can communicate to your customers, is that once this goes through, they should see the payment on there within 2 months. So I think that's everything there. Go ahead, Chris.
All right, thanks, Ed. So let's talk about how you can go ahead and put this loan product in, and best practices to make sure that things move along smoothly. So as many of you are familiar with, and with our NEIF process, you can go ahead and pitch these upgrades to your customers, including the qualifying measures that we've listed on the previous page. And we'll be sending all this detail to you so that you'll have this as a refresher or reference point at a later point in time. You can encourage your customer to apply right on your contractor gateway page that we share with you. And we will have a credit approval instantly for them, and that credit approval will be valid for up to 120 days from the application. The only difference in your submission process is that we're going to ask, we always ask you to put in your scope of work for the project to verify, the loan amount versus the proposed cost of work. In this case, we're going to ask you to specifically notate the qualifying equipment as listed in the previous slide. So if you're doing a geothermal heat pump or an air source heat pump, we'd like to see on your proposal that you have the SEER rating, the EAR rating, the HSPF rating for a system. Or, if it's a different measure here, we want to see those specifics so that when we're coordinating with Eversource, we can make sure, yes, this is eligible, and push it right through. It's very important that you do that. Otherwise, it's going to slow down the process. And we always want to make sure that we can get things done quickly for you. We know that you're out there in the field and want to get work done quickly and smoothly. And furthermore, we don't want to see any delays here because, as we said, we know that there's a fixed amount of money and it's first come, first serve. So the more you guys can put together your proposal with this information at onset, the smoother the process will go. Once you've put in that scope of work, our energy lending specialists are going to review the customer's application and the scope of work, and they're going to work quickly and concisely to expedite final approval for job funding. Once that final credit approval happens, we're going to send out closing docs to the customer, get ready to proceed. Once they've signed off on things, we're going to automate an email to you saying, hey, we're good to go. You can proceed and do the work. And same process in terms of closeout. You're going to sign your certificate of completion. The customer's going to do the same. Invoice from us, they're going to see that dollar value, that low monthly payment attached to their utility bill. And as Ed said before, it could take 1 to 2 month cycles to get on that bill. In case they're asking, you can inform them that that's the situation. On completion, just as we normally do, within 1 to 2 business days, we're going to fund you as the contractor for the cost of the loan via ACH. And we're off to the races, and you guys can go ahead and use this process and use this loan offering so that you can close another job. Wanted to give you guys a little taste of what the application looks like. When you click through your Apply Now button on your gateway page, this is what the customer sees. I'm sure you may not be doing it yourself. This is the information that's needed, and you can share that link with them to apply for an instant credit decision. Should any additional information be needed, our lending team will be reaching out to the customer after they've applied to gather that extra information. So that's not on your plate. So, as many of you are familiar with, every NEIF approved contractor has their own unique URL which they can use to position to their customers to apply for loans. We have brochures for this program that we can share with you so that you can take it out into the field. And we have a ton of marketing collateral on the website that we can share with you, and you can add to your website should you prefer. For those of you if anyone on this call is not currently an approved NEIF contractor, we really encourage you to do so. We have programs like this running around the country, and we'd love to partner with you in those spaces where you work so that you can enjoy some of these subsidized rates, no contractor fee financing, and the multiple verticals and loan products that we offer, including small business programs, commercial financing programs, rebate bridge funding. Now, these are all great products, and we'd love to expand what we do with you. At the end of the day, our goal is to help you close more business. And we have a lot of tools, tips, programs where we can share with you and show you how you can close more business through our partnership with NEIF.
Hey, Chris, I'll just add one thing here. Again, it is really important that you, as contractors, know that kind of what one of our main differentiations is, and that's we're not just a financing company. We really are here to be a partner with you. We have a lot of great, like it says here, sales tools, support, training. We just started what's called the Go Greener Academy, Sales Training Academy. So every month, we have 2 sessions that are free to you as NEIF contractors. Everything that to sign up to be NEIF approved contractor, to use any of our tools, to access any of our training, everything's free, right? And so we have this Go Greener Academy where we do sales trainings, we do selling in the home techniques, closing techniques, all types of things. I personally have sold, upwards of 5 million of work in homes. I've been in hundreds and hundreds of homes. I've trained others, led a team, so I know what it's like to be in the field. And so also a nationally recognized sales trainer. So just want you to know we are here to transfer this information and work with you and help you grow. And that can be very invaluable to you because we know how busy you are and out there in the field, and we're here to be a resource for you. So I just want to throw that in there. Chris, go ahead.
Thanks, Ed. So, folks, if you're on this call and you're not currently an NEIF approved contractor, the website's right at the top here. Please go ahead and apply. There's no cost to signing up, and all the benefits in terms of the sales training, the partnership with a trusted lender in this space, and live contacts and sales support from Jen, Ed, and myself. If you haven't signed up, go ahead and sign up today. And when you click through, you'll see that you can select Eversource Avantgrid as your affiliate partner. That will make sure that we add this program to your list of loans that you can offer.
And then one other detail I will say here is that, in order for you to actually use the New Hampshire Clean Energy On-Bill program, you actually have to be signed up with us. So I do want to clarify that too. So you do have to become an approved contractor. It's part of our process. There is again, a little small, sort of vetting process. It only takes a couple days of back and forth, and then we get everything set up for you. But, that is a requirement as far as this program is concerned. So the quicker you get signed up, the quicker you can utilize this program. Also, just so you know, again, for anybody that's not currently signed up, that's on this call or happens to listen to this at a later time, we have a kickoff process. So you will then, after you get approved, you will have an appointment set with Chris. Chris will take you through all of our other products, as well as, how to leverage your portal and just kind of everything. So we have a really thorough kickoff process. So you are put in a good position just to succeed, not only with this program, but with other things that we offer. All right.
Okay, great. And just following up on what Ed said, we're here to help you. We're here to provide tips, tools, sales support. I myself have been a field sales person in the energy efficiency space for the last 12, 13 years. We've got a great team here that's here to help, and we look forward to hearing from you soon and helping you close more business. That's what we're here for, and that's what we're all about. So I think we've kind of gone through all the details of said program. Wanted to open it up for questions, and I see that there's one question in the Q&A box, so I'm just going to pop that up. So, hi, Margot. Margot asks, can this on-bill loan be combined with other on-bill loan options that Eversource offers? The New Hampshire Residential Energy Efficiency Programs offer an on-bill option for customers that are participating in the Home Performance with Energy Star program.
So I could take this, Chris. I think so. The short answer is, from what we know, is yes. But on top of that, there's no coordination between us or this loan program and that other loan program, right? So it's a specific on bill up to 10,000 for those qualifying measures that will run through us and be approved. But as far as we know, just like I kind of gave that example before, that this can be combined with, whether it's I don't know the details of that program, but other financing from other programs, other market rate financing, cash from the homeowner, right? So this is meant to be, this can be used in conjunction with larger projects, right? It's not just a single measure program. So again, as far as we know, yes, but this will be its own process, and this will be its own, separate loan as we've described here. Hope that answers the question.
Thanks, Ed. Folks, any other questions while we have you here? Okay, I guess that's it. Well, thanks, folks, for joining today. We're really excited about offering this in partnership with you. And if any questions come up, we'll be following up with this slide deck and a link to this recording so that you can come back to it at any given time to refresh before you go into the home. If any other questions or details come up, please feel free to email or call myself or my teammates here. As I said, we're here to help you. It's all benefit to you, and we only win together. So looking forward to hearing from you and helping you close more business.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Happy holidays.
Happy